in this tense situation where he's about to be killed, and then Forrest is like, "Play the stinger, Peggy." 189.16. The scream.
Welcome to the Game Playlist Podcast. I had to do it considering the game the other day. My name is Akshan, and today's game has connections to the slasher horror genre. So, for the first question I have for you all today, all three of you, I have a slasher horror question. It's a quick one. Starting with Seshan, tell me how many people died in what is considered one of the first slasher horror movies, the movie Halloween from 1978. How many people died? What's the kill count according to Dead Meat and having seen the movie?
Oh no, I'm gonna say a weird number. 13.
13. Friday the 13th. That's
Friday the 13th. Yeah. Educated guess.
Anuk, what is your guess? All right, you didn't have. Okay, that's not a number, but okay. Delanta, what's your?
I'm gonna say 17.
17. All right. So no one was close.
No one was close. Okay.
The answer was 5. Only 5 people died in the original Halloween movie. Yeah,
Amazing.
Yes, it was a different time. Thank you very much for playing this game. My name has been Akshan. Welcome to the Game Playlist Podcast, as I said earlier. First order of business is that Anuk could not be here. Sadly, he's still eating his laksa from last time, so he's not able to make it for this podcast. He hasn't even played the game.
Yeah.
The Laksa's that good. The Laksa's that good.
But don't worry, if you want to find out his thoughts on the game, just take a PC to your local laksa bar, and you will find him there, I'm sure. He's a man of many faces. All right, so today's game. Well, first off, this podcast, what do we do on this podcast? We play a game. We play a game once a month picked by us, and we talk about said game. And today's game is Killer Frequency, small indie game published by, I know you said Tiny Bill. It's not Tiny Bill.
Team 17.
Team 17.
Team 17, yes. It was picked by Seshan. Go ahead, Seshan. Tell us about this game.
It's a game about killing frequently. It's a yes, that's the soundboard. It's a adventure horror game with a lot of puzzle elements. I'll give the basic premise is that you are a radio host at obviously a radio station, and there is a serial killer on the loose, and you're supposed to help save the town from your radio station as the people call in with their problems and you need to help them not get murdered and deaded.
Yeah.
And deaded.
Yeah. When I by the middle of the game, the thing I realized is that this reminds me a lot of, it's kind of the, I don't know what genre this is, but the sit behind the desk and the action happens off screen from you and you're managing the stuff that's happening. So as a radio jockey, you're mostly just listening to the thing happening, the horror happening. You're not being hunted by the killer, other people are, and you're just helping them.
Basically,
He played Return of the Obra Dinn. Remind me a lot of that for some reason. But yes. First off, yeah, so it took about 5 to 6 hours to play. You'll get it in 2 big sessions if you tried.
Yep.
Or 1 big session. Yeah. So, first order of business, let's start with overall thoughts on the game, which for me are that I quite liked it.
I also liked it. Initially, it was a bit slow for me to get into, and I was kind of hoping it wouldn't feel like that for the rest of the game, but little by little, it won me over. So overall, it was nice.
I'm
Nice.
of the same sentiment as Dilantha, I guess. I was interested at first, but then it was too slow. But then it kind of picked up.
Nice. All right. Thank you for watching that. So, yeah. So the game, as Seshan described just moments ago, not too long from this moment. The game is a puzzle-ish choices story game where you're sitting behind a desk. In this case, it's a DJ booth. Radio jockey booth.
Radio jockey booth.
You've got sound. It's also set in the 1980s, the era of slasher horror films. So he's got soundboards. He's got vinyls to play.
Jazz
music. And the whole game has this style of an 80s neon slasher vibe to it. It's the visual style, the presentation. The visual style is cell shaded. And normally, I'm not the biggest fan of cell shading. Maybe it turns out it's not cell shading. I've been lying. But I'm normally not a fan of cell shading. I don't know why I'm not normally a fan, but here I really liked it. It made everything clear, but not off for me.
Not outline.
That's probably because there aren't really any human interactions visually.
Yeah,
It was all prop based.
Yeah. And there's a lot of detail in each of those props. Like every time you pick up something, there's usually enough there that when you look at it, it's got to it. Yeah, I like that. And also you can pick up stuff, I guess, to mention. One of my favorite things in the game is the sound design. I love the sound design. I love that the records, when you are flipping through the records and just looking at it, just the
I was gonna say that as well. I was flicking through the records a lot, and like it's very satisfying. It's very satisfying to do that.
It's extremely satisfying. Good sound design goes a long way to just making mundane stuff enjoyable. Yeah, picking up stuff and placing it down, it all had this great sound design overall. And it made that there aren't really true proper jump scares that much in the game. But because I didn't know anything about the game, I was expecting some jump scares. And the sound design was so good that every now and then an object will just fall for me.
Yeah.
Accidentally, and I would jump. I opened the door and something fell because the door hit it, and I jumped and I hit my knee on the table.
Okay.
And not at all the game. It was just because at some point you are behind that desk, but you do walk around and you do leave that room and explore an entire radio studio. But most of the game you're behind that desk. Then you're a radio jockey, you play music.
Another part of the sound design, I don't know if I heard it a lot more because I played it a time, this third time I was playing it. Is that the slight musical cues when either you save someone or they die, or when you find a hint. Those are I think nice ways that they've incorporated the sound design into kind of telling you that you're on the right track.
That did, it did help because it made. And there were points where I was looking around, and then I picked up something, and the music just went, And I'm like, I found this ending. And now I can leave. I can just take this thing and leave. So yeah, that is helpful. The music was music. It is a lot of it is very in the theme of the 80s. There was maybe 2 other songs besides that were 80s-y.
Yeah.
80s.
I guess the problem is that like you don't sit to listen to the music that much because you're too busy with the conversations with your co-host and all the
Mhm.
potential victims of the town.
Mhm.
I was about to ask y'all whether they all had a favorite song from your from your record case.
I know there were a few, but then I stopped listening to it. I think Blast Processor was not bad. The first disc.
Okay. Akshan, you have one?
I don't remember much of them. I did like, I don't remember the name of it, but the heavy synth one, the one with the full on synth, and it was rock synth.
I think that was the flow.
The flow that
The
I
flow.
like. Oh.
There was a song called, I can't remember whether it was Moonlighter or
Yeah.
Midnight.
Yeah.
I like that. That one was my personal pick. Very calm tune.
It's very. I'm surprised at how well the music looped throughout the whole thing. I was expecting it to end. I was expecting it to end and have a clear loop, but no, it just kept playing. Doesn't matter how long you keep it on there. I like also that you can just play music wherever. Like at points where she tells you, "Okay, stop the music because they're getting a caller," but you can just start the music again right after you stop it. So in the middle of a tense moment, you can just be like, "Let's put on the flow."
You can play whatever song. It doesn't.
I feel like the soundboard was underutilized.
Well,
That's true. It had no real use in the game, like in the story or anything. It was just like, I think I really only used it for the achievement. That's weird.
Yeah. I like the soundboard because it's useless. Because it's completely like just up to you when you want to use it. And when it was Ponte's Pizza? Yes.
Yeah.
When Ponte's Pizza called up, I just, as soon as he started advertising, I was just playing the boo over and over again. I was wondering if there would be an interaction with anybody if you use it at the right time. I was so very tempted. There's a point where you're supposed to be quiet and not say anything. I was very tempted to just play a soundboard just to see what would happen.
I don't think the soundboard affects anything.
I have a feeling. I don't know. I haven't tried it. So, but hey, anyone played it? Let us know. Yeah. Another thing on that desk. This is kind of about presentation. Is the freaking you can throw ball in the paper. That's also another pointless thing. Throwing a paper ball into a waste paper basket.
Yes. I thought that was an achievement for that. I did like.
I thought that was an achievement as well. I kept on throwing them. I was like waiting. I was like, okay, I think I've thrown enough. And there's also a tracker in the pause menu for how many. So I thought, okay, maybe there is. And then I went through the achievement list and saw there wasn't one. And I was like, damn it.
I'm surprised.
I threw about 80 in the course of my entire.
Wow.
In the course
80?
Yeah.
So I whenever they were talking, I just fidgety.
Yeah, I would also do that as well while they're talking. Just
so I only noticed the tracker like near the end when I was in the pause menu. I was like, oh, the tracker, and I had done it about 150 times.
Oh my gosh. Fair. It is a fun physics-based game. It is fun.
Yeah. Because not again to too much of the gameplay itself. A lot of this game is through the conversations, the dialogue, and the what do you call it, the narrative and the choices you make in it.
Yeah.
Choices, puzzle solving, and those puzzles require you to make choices. And it's not a puzzle game in the sense that if you fail, you get to try again. You have to go out of your way to try again.
Yep.
If you fail, you fail. And that's where we can probably get into gameplay. Unless
I
anyone has
was
anything to say
wondering
about it.
whether the voice acting should be covered.
I want to talk about that as well because I think yeah, no, you go first.
I think for a game that's completely drenched in the voice acting and the dialogue, the voice acting was pretty good. I
It was
over
pretty good.
like all over the place. I was surprised to learn that the guy who plays the main guy, I forgot his name,
Forest Nash.
Forrest Nash.
Forrest Nash, was he voices a multiple characters in the game.
Yeah,
and I could not tell.
I could tell at some points that he was voicing some characters. I just couldn't tell who. I can't remember.
I had no idea. It's pretty good overall, and yeah, and each character had their own distinct personality on the whole. Even ones who you never hear the voice of, which is more testament to the writing. But anyway,
But one thing I will say, since we're still talking about the sound, I don't know if this is it's not game breaking, obviously, like it was just a thing. I noticed when they transition between two voices, like there's supposed to be like a small gap between, like, for example, again, in the story, without getting into the story itself, they pass the phone over to someone else. There's no gap. Like they quickly just go line. That happened quite a few times. Not enough where I'm like, I hate it, but enough that it was noticeable. So that's
like
just,
they overlap each other.
it's not a over. Put it this way, right? Like if, like, just use as an example, if I picked up a call for you and then said, okay, I'll pass it over to you, unless you and I are standing right next to each other, it'll take like a second before it comes to you. You get what I mean? Whereas here, it happened like instantaneously. It was like, I'll pass the phone over to this person, and then the next person starts speaking right away. Again, it's a small thing. It's a small thing, but like I think it happened. It happened like maybe 2 or 3 times. Where I was like, okay, this is
Just a thing.
a little gap.
I
It's a
understand.
thing. It's just a little gap. Yeah.
Yeah, in hindsight, I noticed it now because I do remember. I do remember
Yeah.
at some point, like someone who's injured, they just give the phone over to him immediately. So,
Yeah. It's quickly like it's like I'm going to pass the phone over to this person, and the other person's like, "Hello,
hello, I'm hurt.
I'm hurt. Help."
Hi, hurt.
Yeah. I think so. I also thought that there was something in the opposite, which is there's points where someone's talking and they get interrupted by another character, but there's a gap between those two lines. Like the person who's getting interrupted stops talking as if they were interrupted, and then the next person starts talking.
Yeah. So I think that's the only thing. It's where like the gaps weren't.
But I
It's
guess
a
that's
bit of polish.
no,
Spit and polish. is
no.
all.
I think that's an issue because of the fact that it's a choices game. Because like
Probably.
because when I did the second run was kind of like a make sure no one's alive run. But like so some of the dialogue options were pretty much the same, so it's kind of like the way it's game is coded in that sense. Like I think they take each line separately and then just like stitch it together to kind of
Probably.
form.
It's very much like an RPG. Like RPGs, each line is a separate line; they're not recorded together.
Yeah, so you kind of lose that authenticity of that realistic feel is lost, I guess, because like it's a choices game and not like full on
It's not
cutscenes.
What's the word? It's not completely lost. It's just like the suspension of disbelief is just pulled a little.
Yeah,
but still amazing. I mean, great voice acting.
Great sound design, great voice acting. Very good stuff.
Can I also say, I really like how, I mean, this is more about the character, but like how sometimes, because again, gets into the story, how Forrest always answers in his like radio presenter voice. and then remembers to dial it back down.
Yeah.
Oh my God. He's like,
This
"You're
is
on the
Forest
radio
Nash."
with Forest Nash," and then he goes, "Yes, we have a dead body." You're listening to the scream. Someone is injured, and we need an ambulance now.
Did
Those are good moments.
there was a point, I think this was like in one of the second calls, like with the news reporter, where he like
Hmm.
dials into the radio and then he like double checks with Forrest. He's like, just to double check the radio station number, and then he asks, there's an option there to play the radio station stinger. I don't know if you all played that.
Play
Oh,
the
it's a
stinger.
soundboard then. That means.
No, not soundboard. It's like all, like, you know how like radio stations have their like, they have like a little, not a, it's kind of like a jingle.
189.1.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was a moment in this tense situation where he's about to be killed, and then Forrest is like, play the stinger, Peggy. 189.16. The scream.
That was a
That's a nice amount of comedic moments in this in general.
There's also quite a few moments where where Forrest is a bit of an ass.
Yeah.
Oh no, there are loads. There are loads.
Yeah, there are a few moments where you have the option to be even more of an ass as well.
Yeah.
In the dialogue. Yes. We'll get into all of that and more in the story segment. Right now, here's a word from our sponsors. Anuk is not here. So let's go into gameplay. Let's go into the gameplay, which we kind of touched on.
Anuk's out having Ponti's pizza.
Anuk is enjoying a healthy slice at Ponti's Pizza
with his uncle Ronnie.
So,
so in the game, you can walk, but you can't jump, and you can't sprint.
Yep. But you know what you can do? You can climb on top of things.
You can climb on top of things. You can just slide against the couch
Yeah.
and somehow get on top of
I got on top of Reggie's desk and hit the fan.
what?
Can he? Is there like a story?
Does it do it? Does it do anything when you do that?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah. But besides glitch, I don't know if that's a glitch or an exploit, but it
Does it do anything?
I mean, do anything, so it doesn't matter.
It doesn't do anything. Besides that, walking around, you can crouch, I guess. Pick up stuff.
Yeah, you can crouch it.
Yeah, it's nothing too special. But one thing, when I realized that I couldn't sprint or jump, I realized, okay, I'm not gonna get chased in this game. There's never gonna be a moment where I'm gonna get chased in this game.
That's fair. That's a fair point.
Yeah,
and it did take out a bit of the fear of there being jump scares that much in that way.
Until you reach the alley.
Until you reach the
I felt so tense there. I was like, I didn't know what to expect.
I don't know if you want to talk about the alley particularly now, but there's a moment in the alley where you think something's gonna happen, but then
it'd be pretty good for a good anticlimax to make
that's
the next
good.
climax.
That's good. But
big guns.
You have a point. There was I think as the game kept on going, it was very clear no real jump scare or cheap scare moment, I guess.
Yeah. I appreciate it for that. Yes.
I guess that worked out in your favor, Dilant.
Oh no, 100%. I know you described it as a horror game, and it definitely has the elements, but I don't think it's that much of a horror game. When you compare to the quintessential horror,
I think it's
a
puzzle game first with a horror theme rather than
a horror theme.
It's a
horror theme, but yeah, that's fair.
Yes. Yes, it's Shaun of the Dead.
Obscure reference, but okay.
But okay. Then you can pick up stuff, inspect that stuff, and look at your paper ball that you're about to throw. I for the most part tried to look on the backs of everything, but I didn't really find anything that useful. If I can't remember it correctly.
Yeah.
So inspecting objects never really revealed anything for me, especially
There's like maybe it maybe happens like once, if at all.
maybe once. Yes.
One of the cases it happens, but otherwise, yeah, not. You don't really need to turn things around too much.
Yeah. And then you have I'm looking at look at that. Look at that. Wow. Dialogue options. I had one thing. I didn't reload in this game. I didn't reload in this game except for one moment because I misclicked and clicked a dialogue option that like accidentally. I reloaded for that because I didn't want to click that one. And it wasn't even a time dialogue option.
Okay.
But yeah, dialogue options, you can only take them at your desk. Like you can walk away from your desk in the middle of talking. And I found it funny that no one goes, I can't hear you, Forrest. You're on the other side of the room.
You can also answer from very far away.
Yeah. Oh, you can tap your mic constantly. I did that.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was also gonna do like had an achievement something, but nope, nothing. I don't know. I was just very curious. Like, are these gonna be achievement?
Yeah. There's also those like those little ornaments, the ones that swing back and forth.
Yeah.
Those also. I thought that was.
Oh yeah.
I did that in the final scene in the producer's booth. There's a spinning thing. I was spinning that while the final scene was occurring. I was just watching that the entire time and going, wow.
Yeah. But in regards, so it's related to gameplay. The puzzle solving element of this is based on a phone call will come in. They'll be giving you information. They'll be telling you their plight. The plot of the game and the villain of the game is the Whistling Man, as far as you're aware from the beginning. Or no, the Whistling Man. And so each one who calls will like have a problem, and they'll, in regards to Whistling Man, you need to solve that problem in a timely fashion. And you need information. Sometimes it's on a pizza box. Sometimes it's on a corkboard. Sometimes it's on a map. And you have to figure it out using all of that stuff.
Can I ask a question from Sashan? Because he played it 2 or 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
How time sensitive is it to complete? At least I know there are some missions with time sensitive answers, but like in terms of like finding the information needed to save someone, is it really time sensitive or
no?
Does it really? That I was thinking that because there isn't really a timer, so in theory you could just
you could
just go and wait outside and.
There's a point where I think a journalist is in a building and the Whistling Man is in the building and he's asking for your help, and then you have to go look for some information. I think it was a fax machine.
Yeah,
but you can like it doesn't continue until you call him back.
Yeah.
Meaning you can leave him there for like half an hour if you want.
Yeah.
So that there isn't it leaves you unrealistically in a way, which is mostly fine. It leaves you with the choice to start. So you feel like, okay, I'm ready. I've read the information. I am ready to start helping this guy. There's someone who's dying at some point, like bleeding out, and you need to medically help.
Yes.
You just wait. Just wait as long as you want.
Yeah, and
Uh,
the inverse of that happened to me because like when I went into the alleyway, I was there for less than 2 minutes, and then I got back up, and then Peggy is like, "Forrest, you've been gone for hours." Like, no, no woman. Like, I think that it's just in its own world. That's fine.
yeah. Throwing papers in bins. All right. So, I think from there's no other things about the game that I can think of.
The ads.
That was a There was a funny moment with the ads, but it's a massive spoiler, so I don't know if I should say it.
With the ads. Spoiler. The karate thing.
Not the karate thing, the politician thing.
Teddy Gallows Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when Teddy calls in the first time,
Yeah.
he does his whole spiel and stuff like that, right? And then at one point, Peggy just says, "Just cut him off" and like stuff like that. And then she's like, "Oh, can you play an ad so we can forget about him?"
And then you play that.
I picked up the amount and put it in, and then suddenly it's like, "This town deserves a mayor." I was like,
Yeah, but I put.
Yeah.
I also did that, yeah.
There's like a reaction to it, but not like a.
No, that reaction's the same every single
But
time.
it's the same reaction for everything, right? It's not a reaction of like, "Oh, I can't believe you played this right after." It's just like,
Yeah.
"Oh, he sucks."
Yeah.
Anyway,
Gotta love this guy.
You know what I did? I played the I played the karate one after Murphy's initial call.
that's
About how it's like I learned karate from a VHS tape. It's like I wish that man luck, and then we play an ad, and it's the very same thing.
I can't remember. I played the karate ad before his call. I don't know if there was a reaction to that from Forrest. I feel like there was.
There wasn't.
There wasn't. Okay.
It's always the same thing, no matter when you play it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. I guess they would have to code in different things depending on.
They'd have to account for like, okay, if they do this and put this and blah.
Yeah.
Which is, there are games that do that.
Which they definitely did for one song.
They do it for a few of the things, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
But they focus it on the most important choices.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. When someone asks play this song, if you don't play it.
Yeah.
If you don't play I think they say it's like, "Oh, I'm sorry we didn't play it," but
yeah, because I think it's essential for the story progression and to like get to the next part, whereas the ads don't really.
They don't really matter.
Yeah.
Like a swing at Teddy Gallows.
Hit him again. All right, so that's most of like the gameplay of the game. If you're planning, if you're interested in playing it, if you're interested in playing a mystery game of any kind, I'd recommend this, and I'd recommend just playing it because we're going to go into the story right now. Probably not going to spoil the biggest spoilers until we say so, but yeah, we're going to go into it now. So this game you're playing is Forrest Nash, the screen. And I like how there's a very strong sense of a history in the town, Forrest, Peggy. There's a very strong sense of history which you can hear in their conversations. It feels like natural. It doesn't feel like exposition. It feels like just people talking about their lives. And then in the stuff you find around the place, like just info and how it all connects to everything.
I feel like the map also was like it didn't provide much, even though there were like pins and sticky notes. But like if you really took the time to look at where each part of like the like throughout the story when things were happening, it makes sense because like you'd see, okay, the whistling man ends up like he was seen here, but then all of a sudden he's seen in another place across town, and like like a good example of that, and like it's like the world they've built, which is interesting. You know the part where Dawn is trying to break into the roller rink, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
try to get Roller Ricky. So in that, like in the start when Roller Ricky calls, like his dog barks and like the train goes by, and he's like,
Yeah.
"I like train." Like Maxi likes trains. And then like in that moment when Dawn is like, I live on this lane, and then you go and check the map, like there's no train tracks nearby. And then like you check the roller rink, and then like that's where the train tracks are. So like they've mapped out this world in a good way, and it's
that's
just
what
through.
happened.
Yeah. Like they've mapped it out so nicely, and they've done it purely through audio.
Yeah. But there was a lot of I love the putting things together thing that they leave you alone with. They don't tell you, or they don't give you too strong a sense of hints as to what the truth is. And so when you figure things out, it's like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
There's never a moment.
It's all connected.
It's a very good thing. Something that Heavy Rain never did. There was never a point where things didn't make complete sense. Like in regards to the mystery, the semantics of everything in the town. Everything kind of like, okay, this logically sound.
Yeah.
It made for a very satisfying experience when everything came together. Yeah. I really like the attention to detail this game had. It was very, very good. And how everything just logically made sense. I don't even know what my thing was going to be. I was going to say, like, on your first go, not to reveal anything, not to spoil too much, but on your first go, how many people survived? Oh, well, how many people died your first go? Blind experience.
For me, the teens and Teddy Gallows didn't survive.
All the teens?
Yeah, because if you mess up one, all of them die.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I only lost one team in that.
No, if if you,
I'll tell you how. I think that's probably I am the exception here.
Maybe
no. Wait. Wait. Who is the teen who died? First say that, and then
I don't know her name, but it was the person that was supposed to be bait.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's why. Because I messed up the person who was picking the gate. Then what ended up happening is they had to ram the gate, and then the car crashed, the van crashed. Then inadvertently everyone else died.
I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Man, I thought I was on it, and then the freaking worst actor.
Oh no, I'm in pain.
Yeah, when I could, that's what I heard on the phone. Essentially.
Ow, I am injured. Someone call an ambulance.
It was the Peter Griffin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I was like, God damn it. Gosh
darn it.
But I'm glad I picked everything else right for that one.
Yeah, but you still don't get the achievement unless you save them all.
I'm not going for achievement.
No, but like I know, but like it counts.
This is a session, yeah.
No, it counts as you saving them if you get it all right. I don't know why that is.
Yeah.
Well,
either that or you get 10 achievements for getting each kid.
Wow. What about you, Dilanthan?
I gotta be honest. No one died.
No one died.
Oh.
One died.
Holy shit! 3 kids died for me. 3 people. Kids. 3 people. Died.
that changed very quickly.
All right. Who are they?
Yeah, no deaths. Yeah,
How?
it took a long time, and I'll be honest. I looked up some stuff,
Uh,
Oh, okay.
so yeah.
yeah, I think
The only one which I won't take credit for is the maze, because I could not be honest. I was trying to figure that one out. And I was like, okay, let me just
I was tense in
see.
the maze.
I think
The maze one is tense. Yeah,
the Chuck Brody one is more difficult to figure out.
What was the Chuck Brody
The
one?
gas
Who's
station.
Chuck Brody?
The gas station dude.
the gas station. You have to figure out that.
Oh, that was so
yeah.
satisfying when I figured it out. My God. I was looking at the board. I was like, wait a minute. Someone stole cars. Which one of them? Who is it? Oh, look, someone's selling a book. Stealing cars for beginners. Boom. Beautiful figuring that out. I was confused a little bit because I was like, are you being this open with the puzzle here? There was like no hints for that. I was surprised, and then when I figured it, I was like, wow, this is cool.
Who,
That's what made me go, oh, this is a cool game.
who did make it on your run, Naksha?
Johnny English. I'm trying to remember. I can't remember exactly.
No, you
It
did you
was-
say
Ooh, the dog kid and his dog.
Oh, Roller Ricky and his dog.
Yeah.
Roller Ricky?
Because I'm stupid. I was like, oh, Dawn wants to get into us. Here's the thing.
Here's the code, Don.
I was sus of her, but I thought that she was connected to the killer, as in like she she was hiding something, but she was not directly connected. And so I was like, here's your code.
You know the hint with that, right? So when you go and get the user manual, there's a delivery note next
There's a
to it.
delivery notice, and yeah.
So the
It's on that is like, the apartment building.
yeah. So in that it says that it was delivered to that apartment building, but it was never installed.
Okay. Look, I saw that note before Dawn called, so I didn't look at the note again. When I went out, I just got the manual. I was like, oh, the manual. And I went back.
Here's the unlock code. Oh, great. Yeah, Dawn, here's the unlock code.
Thanks, Forrest.
To be fair, there were so many signs. I should have realized.
Yeah. When the dog barked, when he mentioned that that he's playing like loud music, the train.
This is how gullible I was. I heard the dog bark, and I was like, "Oh, Roller Ricky lives there." What a coincidence! Because she said it was an apartment. I thought there was more apartments with him in one. I did not think about the train. That's very smart. Realize. Okay. I heard a train. It can't be the train. Heard a dog. Okay. That makes a lot of sense.
The signs were all there.
Hey, look, I'm happy that I got the freaking Chuck answer.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm allowed a stupid fumble.
So who were the other two?
Who the kid who played
the maze?
Who was the bait? The bait.
Oh, the bait.
The bait.
No, bait. Okay. You guys figured out the maze.
Yeah,
I figured out the maze. Yeah.
I don't know why. That one is just like
it's difficult. But I think I've done mazes like that in games before, where you have to tell them left or right. So I was like, weird.
It's getting fed up with a lot. So.
And then the last one, I don't remember the last one. Johnny English or something.
Was it?
What about you, Sashan? While I'm thinking,
I told mine. I messed.
You said Teddy, and who's the other?
One of the teens.
No. Oh, one of the teens.
All of the teens, you said.
all of the teens, because like at the end,
Oh,
because none of them made it other than Carrie. The Teddy one, for some reason, I thought they were on the field or something, and then like Teddy's like, "No, you idiot, we're in the gym," and then like she's like, "I told you not to tell them, Teddy."
That's very fun. Oh, if you guessed that wrong, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
I had no clues for that. I had forgotten to check properly, and so I was like, "Oh, school gym." Yeah, I got it.
So that only okay. Did Deputy Martinez survive?
I know who it is. It's the guy at the gas plant.
Oh, the
That one who-
Murphy.
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 Yes, I picked the wrong person. I picked Catherine, who lived like maybe a few blocks away
Catherine's the right person.
Catherine's the right answer.
Then I did something because when she got there. Oh,
So after you pick Catherine, there are a couple of choices for her to find him. Maybe you
okay.
messed up
Yeah.
on those. Yeah.
I messed up one of those. I think I told her go here, and she was like, "Yeah, yeah." I thought my mistake was picking Catherine because she was further away. Because I was like, "Old man John is not going to get him," and I guess I'm right, but I just messed up with Catherine. Yeah, that was sad. That was tragic. When that guy died. Yeah, those were my three.
Goodness. Poor Fernando's not gonna have a dead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Fernando.
Poor Fernando's not gonna have a dead. Oh yeah, that's what he said. He said something like, "Tell Fernando to learn from a real karate expert," because he gets defeated by the whistling man, right? He wouldn't able to defend himself, so he's like.
And
that was funny.
And I love that if you do save him, and then when you speak to him later, he's like, "No, I didn't fight a woman. It was definitely a man."
Oh god. Well, he probably did fight.
He did.
Spoilers.
Yeah. Spoilers.
Yes. Anyway, trying to think of what the other puzzles were in the maze, the teens, and like figuring out. I like that figuring out who was good at what, and realizing like what made the most sense for it.
Yeah,
I feel like the last one, the one with where you recall the hospital, that one was just a bit too dragged out for me.
Which one was the hospital?
When this guy got stabbed, and then you had to give the directions on how to treat the wound, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
To find out who was nearby to help them.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, you have to go to Reggie's place.
Yeah, Reggie's office. Did you guys look through all the personnel files?
Yeah.
Yes, somewhat.
Okay, I have a question because I didn't read too much, obviously. Do they explain why Forrest left Chicago in his file? Or is that never explained in the story?
I think something happened. He didn't leave Chicago. He was sent away.
He was sent.
But they don't explain that ever, do they?
I don't think so, no.
Oh, okay, I thought it was in the personnel file. Like, I just skimmed through it because I was just trying to finish.
Judging by his personality, I feel like anger issues.
Anger issues.
Probably, yeah.
You should that's
something that's something they've interestingly left as a mystery for some reason.
Yeah.
Killer Frequency 2.
Killer Frequency 2.
Electric
Return of the Scream.
the clapping man. He's coming to clap your cheeks.
Okay.
Oh god. Anyway, the mystery. Yes. So then, after a few like rounds of going around with this, you get to the ending, which reveals, or you figure out, or you whatever, some stuff. Which from here we're going full spoilers. If you haven't played the game, skip to a point in the time code.
Yeah.
Yes. So the final the big mystery, the big reveal was that Dawn. She was very hidden. No one got her. Dawn was actually the what do you call it?
Whistling
The
man.
person doing all of this.
The whistling man.
Well, one of the people doing all of this.
Oh,
Oh.
that when it turned out that she had a son and it was him and it was one of the whistling men and the son was just standing there
Mhm.
casually.
His son never says anything throughout the whole.
That
He's just
Yeah.
standing.
the-
He's just standing there looking at you menacingly.
no. There's an interaction with him. I don't
Oh,
know if you all
really?
got this. Yeah. So she says, "Say hi to my son Henry" or something, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
And then like for us as an option to be like hi, and then when you say that, he takes his thumb and like moves it across his throat, like as a threat. He's like, "I'm gonna kill you."
Okay, that's interesting.
The son reveal was the only thing about the story that I was like,
I didn't see
okay.
that coming.
No, not I didn't see that coming. I was like, okay. Like, what? It felt a bit stupid in a way for me.
I agree.
It felt like it was like my son was actually one of the killers. And
I
I,
And
I'm
then Forrest
fine.
goes, "Oh my god, that's how you were in this side of town, then that side of town."
Like her having an accomplice and having a second listening man is not the problem. It's the fact that she has a son and she raised this boy to be a
that's not my problem. My problem is the fact that like okay, so if when I went back, now I played it 3 times, right? So like when Peggy, there's a section where Peggy is talking about her family, and like
Oh yeah,
we should mention the fact that Dawn is Peggy's sister, and so like in that
And sorry, gonna interrupt you. As soon as Peggy said, "My sister, who we haven't spoken to for a while," I 100% knew that was gonna be involved at the end. As soon as she said that, I was like, "Okay, that's a classic
Yeah.
trope." That was coming. So when it's like sister, I was like, "Okay, all right, yeah."
I had a yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say my issue with that is that like matching up with timelines, right? So she says that the sister basically went out of the house when the dad died. Then they were still teenagers, probably because they were in school. And then like you're telling me from that time she was pregnant with this kid, and all of a sudden got disowned by her family for some reason or left the family, right? Like that entire situation that led up to like this sudden disconnect between Peggy and the sister is like something that was very unclear, at least to me.
Yeah. I think a part of it is that it that reveal felt a little bit too like less logical than the rest of the game. Uh, the fact that Peggy did not like her sister, she would have realized this. Like looking at the freaking face, her sister was dating the guy who died from the Whistling Man thing.
Yeah,
So
that's the other thing.
she never learned about it into her adult life. She's not a teenager in the game. She's an adult. She would have, if like she remembers her sister fondly, she would have probably gone around and like asked people from her sister's school years, "Hey, what was my sister like? What was she doing?" And then she'd probably figure it out. You tell me she didn't do that?
Yeah, I have no clue. Like even if you assume the fact that what is this? Even if you assume the fact that the sister left before anything, like before this whole George Barrow thing happened, it still doesn't make sense that like she wouldn't somehow know about it or
Yeah,
like make the connection.
she knows more about Clive than fucking her sister.
Yeah.
Well,
Exactly. That's how little she knows.
She never leaves that room, so maybe that's why.
well, she did.
Oh no,
Also,
my
like,
sister is
like
dead.
her freaking like Dawn, like she's crazy, right? She's crazy.
Yeah.
And that's fine for a killer, serial killer. But I feel like it's a they took it a step too far when it was like, oh, our parents are gone, so I'll go for the next best thing, my sister. I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I know you're crazy, but you're not stupid.
I mean, she went after that kid in the maze because of because his parents were dead.
No.
Yes,
Well, no.
yes.
Because she does explain that. She said his parents were involved in either, I can't remember which one, either the death of her parents or his or with this guy, her boyfriend, guy who died.
That still does not make sense. Why would you hurt the child?
Yeah, why would you?
Because the parents are dead.
That
She can't kill them. So she's going for the next best thing.
that's what we're finding stupid.
that's that's what we're
Why
finding
you-
stupid.
Yeah, I mean, it's stupid, but there is stupid logic to it.
I understand. No, I'm not saying I understand her reasoning. I know I know her reasoning. It doesn't make
Right.
sense.
Yeah, the reasoning doesn't make sense. I'll give you that.
It doesn't
Especially,
make motivational sense. Like,
Eh,
what is her motive?
yeah, especially with the fact that regardless of how the whole teenager encounter turns out, she always spares that girl, right? What's her name?
Yeah, she does spare that. She spares
Yeah,
that girl.
She
Like,
spares that girl, but somehow everyone else can die except her.
yeah, it's one of those. I have.
Also, yeah,
I'm not
like-
going to kill the person that covered up for me, but the child of the person will kill him. I will go for that.
actually, I just realized when you mentioned that they killed. I don't know which one of them killed the kid, but like that guy in the party, they just killed him without any reasoning. They didn't even explain it.
Oh, Jimmy.
Yeah,
Hey,
killing Jimmy.
I have no.
I forgot.
No. I feel
forgot
like I feel like Jimmy. I feel like Jimmy. The reason they killed him and maybe like even the others.
Oh, yeah, it's
Was because they were hazing or like ragging
Yeah.
that girl.
Because they were doing the thing.
Oh, they were doing the pranks. Okay, got it.
They were doing the prank that killed George long ago.
Yeah.
The same
Got it.
exact prank.
Got it.
So okay, that is more reasonable, right? That is more
Yeah.
reasonable for like
For a crazy person.
yeah, basically. These people are doing the thing that killed my boyfriend or baby daddy or whatever you want to call it.
Her love, whatever it was.
Yeah, but like
Uh,
Eugene didn't make sense. I don't know why Maurice was targeted.
because he wrote an article.
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
he wrote an article. Yeah. There is loose logic.
There is logic for most of the choices she makes. It's just
Yeah.
I'm going to kill my sister and I'm going to kill the kid of the people.
But then again, like when I feel like if you look at it really closely, she's doing this all in a bit of a blind rage because of the fact that like a lot of things she didn't really take into consideration that you find out throughout the throughout like speaking with some of the characters. The fact that like what was it, Sandra and the other one, the one with the frat house.
The doctor,
Yeah, the one who or like the one who did the
the
auto-
coroner.
the coroner,
The
yeah.
coroner.
Like both
Yeah.
of them, like they were bribed into doing this thing, and like they still tried to attack and like murder both of them because like
Yeah.
she thought, oh, they were involved somehow, but no, they were bribed and like threatened as well. Roller Ricky wasn't even involved, and he went through like severe alcohol issues and like mental problems.
Well, he was involved in that.
He was there during.
No,
that whole-
yes, he was there, but he ran away. He wasn't aware of the situation.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he was still paid to cover it up, right? To like
No,
not say anything.
no. Roller Ricky did
Wasn't he?
nothing, knew nothing about this.
He died for me. I don't know what he did.
No, so
the thing about Roller Ricky was at least why he was recovered by Teddy was that he
Yeah.
knew
So
what really went down.
so as far as I remember the setup for this, right? Teddy's the one who orchestrated the ragging that night.
Yeah.
I think Chuck was the one in the mask.
Yes.
Jason was the one who was fake stabbed, right?
Yes.
Like the
I think they
they
said there were two people in masks, right?
no. I yeah, maybe. I feel like Teddy was the other one.
Yeah, I think Teddy was also in a mask.
Jason was fake stabbed, and after seeing that, everyone went into a panic. So then Roller
Yeah.
Ricky ran away, and so
Roller Ricky ran away.
so did Dawn and George. Because they said Teddy went up chasing after George, and that's why like he said that he tried to reach out his hand to kind of grab George, but George fell over the point, like fell off the cliff.
Yeah.
So yeah. Lesson learned: don't rag people.
Don't rag.
Hey man.
Welcome to Sri Lanka.
Good lesson. Good lesson to take away from.
The other thing that I was wanting to talk about was the fact that like the original serial killer, Mooney or whatever,
Yeah.
he wasn't really given that much spotlight in this entire backstory of the town, right? They just mentioned, oh, he was a serial killer, he wore the mask, he whistled, and then like that kind of ended up being like the basis of the myth that that part kind of confused me the first time through, because an actual live serial killer became a reason for kids to do a ragging or like a hazing, which resulted in an actual death, which has now sparked an actual killer again. It's like
went around killing 0 to 30 something people.
Yeah. Depending on your success rate. Speaking of which, you have to really, really try in order to get some of these people murdered.
Yeah. You have to go through a lot.
Like, I was doing it for like the achievement, and it's like so stupid. Eugene's one is like, run forward, run backward. Oh, you're dead. for Maurice in the reporter's office, it's like he sends a fax and they're like, I lost it. Can you send it again? And then he sends it again, and then he's like, did you get it? And he's like, and then you're like, no, I didn't get it. And then all of a sudden the whistling man's behind him. I'm like, and then he's like, damn you for it.
Stupid. If I'm going for the all deaths.
Yeah, but it makes less sense because like the Jason one, I feel like it's the stupidest. You're like hearing everything the nurse has to tell you, right? She's like, elevate the legs and like, don't remove the bandaging, just add another one on top. And like the only way to get this dude to die is to basically just tell them to do the opposite thing. Like I was just, and then you hear Peggy like after you give the instructions, she's like, Forrest, I don't think you're supposed to do that.
And then you go, damn it, woman, I'm trying to save this man's life. Now pull the knife out.
Yeah.
And then do you send the wrong person or something?
Yeah.
You send like Karen, the first person who didn't attend the lessons.
I sent Barbara because everyone apparently, no one other than Reggie had attended.
Yeah. Reggie and actually, who did you send? You sent
you can only
Reggie?
send no, you can't send Reggie. So Reggie attended because he has like the certificate on his board.
He has it as well.
So obviously Forrest wasn't there. Peggy and Karen were not there. So apparently Brad and Barbara also didn't go because they were too busy flirting or something like that.
Yeah.
And then the other dude is the only one. He also didn't go because he has military training.
He's a war War
Yeah.
medical.
That's not why he didn't go. He was just grumpy and didn't want to watch it.
Oh.
But he had medical training,
Yeah.
which helped. I do like that. I do like that when you're looking at all of them, it's like none of them went for medical training, but thankfully one of them at least knows something.
Yeah.
Yeah, figuring that out.
Speaking of which, that entire sequence was funny to me. It's like you go down to the office to try to figure out the code, and like the first sticky note you see is like his son's birthday. Remember this day; it's very important. Then you try it, and then you're just like, "That's not the code."
Yeah.
And then it's like some documentary's date of like some UFO sighting, and that's his important.
That's like
day.
important.
It's important.
Good little misdirect.
I feel like Reggie's the most interesting character that like was that
wasn't in the game.
yeah, because what Reggie's angry color is purple. Oh, that was so stupid.
Oh man,
Reggie has an angry color.
yeah. I would have liked to have called Reggie. But yes, all right. So I can't think of anything else in this game. Boobity boobin. There's nothing else really, I think, in this game. We'll just move on to achievements, I believe.
Wow.
What are the achievements? How difficult? Session.
It's not that difficult, I would say. You could I would say you need a minimum of 2 if you're very lucky. But I'd say you're more realistically gonna have to do 3 runs of the game.
Can you skip dialogue?
Nope.
All right.
Yeah, this game kind of lacks in replayability. It's kind of because like once you know the mystery and you know how to solve the puzzle, it kind of like loses a lot of the things that make it special. Like it's one of those games that you can only play once. I would give it maybe a 7 in terms of difficulty, just because of like the fact that you have to sit through it like quite a few times, kind of like get all the achievements. Because like I'd recommend doing a blind run, obviously, because like you don't want to spoil the game for yourself, and then like your success in saving people may vary, so you might not get like the achievement for saving some people or saving all of them. And there's another one for having to kill all of them, which requires you to go full run and attempt to kill everyone. And then you're supposed to do a speed run version of saving everyone in under 4 hours. So yeah, you need at least 3 runs for this. I feel like the speed run is unnecessary. Because
don't know why you want to do that.
I feel like the speedrun achievement is the only unnecessary one. Because like if you're interested in seeing the alternative where everyone dies, because the one where Forrest dies is also pretty interesting and worth like playing again to kind of just see that. I feel like if you wanted to, because no one survives in that, right? And like they actually show Forrest being killed.
Oh.
Yeah, so
I didn't know I can die.
Yeah, so apparently, I think it's like when Dawn says, I want to have an interview or something, and then Forrest is like, I'm just gonna go. And then she's like, Henry, you can kill him. And then, like, Henry,
Henry, you can kill him.
yeah, and then he leaves your booth, and then he like opens the door. He opens the door to Peggy's one. He lifts you by the neck and starts stabbing you in the stomach.
Amazing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, so Peggy also dies?
Yeah, Peggy also
You don't
dies.
see Peggy's death
No.
there because... Okay.
So I think Teddy and Peggy end up dying because you don't go through with
Because you're not alive. Yeah.
You don't delay them.
That actually saves a bit of time.
It does.
for the speed run. Yeah.
But the speed run doesn't count towards.
Oh right, no, I forgot. You need to win.
Yeah,
you need to
Yeah.
save everybody. Yeah.
You have to save everybody and speed run?
Yes, you're
That feels pointless. feels pointless at ASA. You just have
Yeah.
to click the right buttons at that point.
Yeah. Or like you just need to know what the answer is and like not go through the thing of like, searching for things. Like for example, I'm almost done with the speed run one. So like for the maze, like I didn't bother going down to reception and getting the book. Oh, sorry, getting that sheet or whatever. I didn't go down to get the questions about the teenagers. Like I have all the answers like on a separate on a separate web page, and I'm just like going through those. Like, that's faster.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh, so you don't need to get those
no.
items to do
You
the
can just
rerun.
tell
Okay.
Peggy you're gonna wing it, and then like you just give the right answers. So yeah, that's why it's a 7 because like it's. I don't know why. I don't know. Like I feel like the people that made this game know it's not replayable. There are just some games that when you play it, you can't play them again.
You can't justify playing it again.
You can't justify playing it because like it loses the mystery behind it. Also,
Yeah. Like it's a murder mystery. Like if you can watch a murder mystery again, but it's not the same experience.
yeah, you might watch
Yeah.
it again and
Yeah,
like
when you know what's gonna.
you might
Yeah.
like piece together a few things here and there, which I kind of did in the second run. But like in the third run, I'm just like, yeah, I want to get this over with.
Yeah. It's not like there's gameplay that's like, I'm gonna do the gameplay. Story I'll skip. The gameplay.
Yep.
The stuff is getting. Yeah. It's difficulty rating. Did you give it?
7.
Lovely.
Another
I mean,
game,
it's
Delanta, that you can't play again once you play it.
The Outer Wilds.
Yes.
Let's move on to the ratings, shall we? The ratings for this game. So first off, Anu, tell us your rating. That's interesting. Moving on. Seshan, since you're the one who picked this game, you start us off.
Okay. I will say this. I did not like it at the start. I know I picked. This is the only game where like I just heard the premise and I decided solely based on that to go ahead with this game as my choice. It's a step in the opposite direction of everything else I've chosen up until this point. Every other game I feel like has had a certain vibe, and this is just completely the opposite. Which I'm fine with. I wanted to do something different. But again, like I said, the start was slow, kind of difficult, and like I don't know, a bit weird. It got interesting with the story, and it still was interesting, like up until the last part. But having to replay it a few times kind of dropped my liking towards the game. But I'm gonna solely judge it based off of a one-time playthrough. Based off a one-time playthrough, I will give it a try it because unique, it's a unique experience which I have not played before. Like one where it's a mostly audio-based game, like audio-based puzzle. The only caveat with that is that if you're taking this game for achievements, just know that its replayability sucks. Or a different hint, which I found out later, you can do the speed run by yourself, and then you can actually no, never mind. I, I retract this statement because I found out that there are people who've uploaded a save file of like the one where people all die, and like you can just open the save file and then just like finish the last segments and get the achievement. But I would say it's actually worth playing again just to see the all
How everyone
how
dies.
everyone
So.
dies. It's mildly interesting. I wouldn't say that you need to do it. I feel like the intended ending is a lot better. But yeah, that's my caveat. Try it, but just know that replayability is not very good.
Okay. All right then. Asari. King. Now it's over to Dilantha. Tell us.
So for me, I think, like I said at the start, it was a slow starter. Definitely took a bit of time to kind of adjust to, uh, you know, actually getting into the game and enjoying what I was playing. But over time, as the story kept progressing, as we kept meeting different people, and as we got closer and closer to discovering the mystery, I liked it. And I think it is something that is worth playing again. I don't personally, I do agree with the boys that maybe on the replayability scale, it's probably not the best, but definitely worth still trying for the one time. And I think it is. I think it is still a good game worth trying. So I would say try.
All right, gentlemen. My chest. Uh, why that happened? Anyway, so for me, the game, I knew nothing about the game before playing it. I went in literally nothing. Like I didn't even know it was in first person. That's how little I knew. So when I played it, I was interested. I was engaged. Characters were fun. The mystery and the puzzles were fun to figure out and solve. And the story, while it's a little dumb near the end, it still wasn't bad. Like just being a little dumb near the end doesn't make the whole thing bad. It's still good. It was a very, very good experience. It's also like a light experience as much as it is about murder. It's in the 80s slasher horror kind of way where it's kind of stupid. And so tonally very, very good. I enjoy throwing waste paper balls into the basket. And for me, the game overall gets a try it. I think we got 4 try-its in a row. Once again. Man, thank you very much for watching. We're going to we've recorded other episodes this year, coming upon the end of the second year. I wonder what's in store for after that. For the podcast. Next episode is going to be The Wandering Village. But before that, you can see our thoughts on Dredge, which was a different game, very different game to this. Still has a horror theme. Oh, that's a game with a horror theme, but it's quite different. It's not horror straight up.
It was also made by Team 17.
Made by Team 17. That's their specialty. The other game, which I cannot remember. What was the last game? We were getting over it with Bennett Foddy. If you want to see us.
The real horror game.
The real horror game. If you want to see hell itself, play that game. Or watch that video if you don't want to play that game. And of course, round out the year. It's hard not to recommend. For Thanksgiving, this was a year ago, Baron Brooks. It was a good time when we played it a year ago. It's still a good time right now. Much love to the studio. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the Wandering Village next month.
Bye-bye.
Hey.
Bye-bye.